Hey everyone, Colin Shadwell back for another outside throwing tutorial. If you're ever want to see me screw up, this is the video to watch because I make a major blunder in this one, but I end up turning out okay. So I'm outside again on this gorgeous August day, making some wonderful pots. On this one, I was the last one I'm doing outside, so I thought I'd go for a big one here. So I'm actually making one of my two-piece pots. So this is going to be the bottom half of the piece, and I'll throw a top half and turn it upside down and join the two together to make one giant kind of bottle-shaped piece. So here I'm just going for stability and height. I want to try to get the biggest piece I can that's also got some thickness to it too, because if you let it get too thin, obviously it's got to support the top piece. So I'm just kind of going for a slightly tapered outward, thick at the top, thick at the bottom, just kind of supporting piece. So put that one off to the side, get a new bat here, clean it off, and get the top piece going here. Now, I saw on my timer in my video that I had, like, I don't know, just a few minutes left on my camera before I was out of memory. So I knew I had, X amount of time to do this. So I really rushed it, and you can see here that it's already getting wobbly, and I was really trying to, it was way too much pull there. It was just a giant mess. So I ended up like just completely screwing this up and trying to get this straight up. It's wobbly again. Just cut off the top part there. So this could have been a lot taller if I just would have taken my time and done it right. But basically, I'm just trying to mirror the piece that I did before. Same basic shape, same width at the top here. You see I got my calipers out. I'm just trying to measure and try to get it wide enough so it matches the piece that I made before. So now I've got two mirrored pieces that I can work with. So a day later, coming back in here, I've got the pieces put together. I've got scored on the top, and then I've got to, that's the only thing about working outside is you don't always bring your tools outside. So I'm constantly making runs back to the basement here. But so I'm putting one piece on top of the other, lining them up till they look just about right, getting some sponge. Have to go back downstairs to get one of my little rib tools. We call this the Frank tool in my class. I don't know why. It's just kind of one of those names that stuck. So I've got the Frank tool here, which is just a wooden rib. I'm just going through and blending this together, hitting it with the metal rib to kind of smooth that joint out, and then trimming it a little bit more. And then now that it's kind of dried out altogether more, I'm going to go and really re-wet the top, try to get some moisture back in that top part because I want to form this into a better top than just the way it is right now. So more of a kind of a bottlenecked opening here. So I'm just going to come in here. And it doesn't take a lot of moisture to re-wet this, since it's, I know usually the top dries out first, but this is really the bottom of the piece that I threw the second time. So it's still got a lot of moisture, and it's really actually pretty thick too, because obviously it's the bottom of the piece. Usually the bottom of the pieces are thicker than the top. So I've got plenty of clay to work with here. I'm just trying to get it bottlenecked in a little bit more so I can make a little spout on the top here, which will eventually get cut off by the top of the screen here because this piece is just enormous. It's just giant. So just trying to taper it in, using my big rib tool here to taper this in. Got the kids playing in the background. Always fun to have the kids laughing and playing behind you as you're working. And then just kind of keep tapering and tapering until I get a nice little bottleneck. My neighbor was there talking to me as I'm throwing too. So a shout out to Joe. Hi, Joe. So I've got the way I want it here. Nice flared out top, going over with the metal rib tool, trying to smooth out any tool marks, finger marks, trying to get that seam nice and straight as best I can. It's really hard when you get two pieces to line them up perfectly, but if you can smooth it out enough, you can make it look like one. Now here's where I made my ginormous mistake. I get really aggressive with my trimming on this one, probably too aggressive. It was the end, it was the last one I was trimming here, and I just get, at the bottom here, I just got too much. You can see up, just trimming too much there, and just pop that mother right off. It's so frustrating. But I was able to save enough of it where I just took it inside, threw a slab on the slab roller, and then just made it flat on the bottom, which, I mean, I lost probably 4 inches off this pot, which is just a shame. But I was able to keep it. If you can find a way to turn nothing into something, well, this is it. I'm turning it into something. So to keep it simple, I decided to do another hole design. So what I've done in here is basically just kind of a wave, thick at the bottom, thin at the top, gradually getting smaller and smaller with these hole cutouts. These things have kind of become kind of a trademark look for me. I like doing these little hole patterns. So I just choose a little area to work within, and then make sure that I put a couple big ones at the bottom, and then slowly work the size down until I get this. So this is kind of the end result that I have here. Should have been taller, should have been higher, should have been better, but we all make mistakes, and I certainly made one on this one. But in the end, turned out to be okay. I'm happy with the way it turned out, and I hope you liked watching me make it.